Mani Rano, Mera, Mani Rano, Khorshed, Naja. There were two Khorsheds, the big and the small, maybe Kitty as well. So they meet the women monthly. My sisters are medically examined. They come back. But in meantime, the door is opened and everybody walks in. People take their seat. I take my seat. And Goher says, Baba, they're fine. Baba, they're fine. They're all right. They're just healthy, but they're just skinny. Otherwise, there's no problem. Baba says, I'm happy, and tells them to take their seat. Now, what does a 16-year-old see? As you ask me, what are your first impressions? So point number one, as mom thinks that I don't want to meet Baba like this in this big crowd, Baba hears her cry, inner cry, and tells her to open the door and let the first timers in. So that's point number one. Point number two, Baba had his rules like not touching his feet, not giving me a hug, etc. But Baba throws his own kind of rules, or whatever you call them, throws them to the wind and gives a hug to Khorshed, let her cry, let her settle down, and put her at ease forever. And thirdly, he tells mom not to worry about us. He will look after us. She doesn't have to worry anymore. And fourthly, he kind of outwardly he worries for my sisters because they look very thin and very weak. So he calls a medical practitioner and tells her to examine them. So these are in a nutshell my first experience of meeting the avatar of the age.
Yeah, Jimmy, do you remember though, before your mom went into Baba's arms, I mean, you're seeing Baba, you step into this room, you're seeing Baba for the first time. What do you recall seeing him there and what your impression of the sight of him was for you? Can you, or did it
Yes,
all happen so fast?
yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. Jeff, there was a gap of 2 seconds or maybe 1 second between me seeing Meher Baba and the very next moment, my mother is in Baba's arms. So I don't have answer to that. The very next moment, she is in his arms and wailing and wailing and wailing. So there was no chance for me to act or interact.
And what was the expression on Baba's face as he was holding your mother? Do you recall the way Baba was holding her? Did,
Well, you can say he was looking down. He was looking down and petting my mom's back, trying to console her, that kind of thing, that kind of thing.
yeah.
So,
And then you
so
said that when he embraced you, that embrace has stayed with you even to this very day. That is so imprinted on your being, you might say.
yeah, Jeff, I kind of pray, I kind of meditate almost every night. I won't be dishonest. Sometimes I skip, but by and large, almost every night I meditate and I go to various places. Like I go to the Mandle room in Meherabad. Then I go to Mandle room in Mandle Hall in Meherazad. Then I go to Baba's room, Baba's bedroom in Meherazad, and I meet him there, and I hug him there. I hug him at the Mandle room in uh, in
Meherabad?
Merab, Meherabad Lower Mandle Hall, Meherabad Lower Mandle Hall. I hug him there. Then I go to Meherazad and I hug him there in the Mandle Hall. So and then I sit down. I sit down in Baba's bedroom. I touch his feet all the 3 times, and then I sit and I chat with him in Baba's room. My days happening, I share my days happening, how the day went, and I talk to him. So almost every day I hug him. So for me, it's not that I hugged him only 65 years ago. I hug him almost every day, and I feel that hug. I feel that touch.
Beautiful. Yeah. Did after being with Baba personally, and then after he dropped his body, it took. I mean, after the grief passed, did you have difficulty adjusting to the fact that he was not physically here anymore? I mean, do you recall the adjustment you had to make
Yes.
there?
Jeff, you need to understand that the only that I faced before Baba dropped his body was that of my father. That was only that we had faced. And from 60 or 61 till 69, I've said it last time, I'm just repeating it for the benefit of others, that during the course of the 60s, not once did it cross my mind that Mer Baba is made of flesh and blood, and therefore he won't be there one day. That one day we'll get to learn that he's gone. Not once it crossed my mind that he'll be gone. So when I eventually came to know about it, it was a void in my life. It was a void in everybody's life, that he just went away like a light. He just went off. He just went off, and there'll be no more Pune visits. There'll be no Guruprasad. There'll be no seeing him at all. Yes, so it was a kind of a void for many years, but we did go to Ahmednagar, or maybe twice or thrice every year. So that connect was there. But the physical connect, as you said, was missing for many years till I started praying and meditating. Yes, I don't miss. If you're asking me, Jimmy, do you miss Meher Baba? My answer is not for a moment.
Beautiful. Yeah.
No.
But you had to make that shift from the void to finding him within yourself, his presence.
Absolutely.
And
Now,
yeah,
I'm going to tell everyone henceforth that go within. Go within. Don't seek him outside. That will be wasting your time in your life, seeking him outside, seeking him in Baba's frames, and go within and seek him within. That's all I'm going to tell people now onwards.
yeah. Well, those are some questions I had, but anything you feel like sharing, just go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Jeff, you started off saying that not many are left on the face of this earth who have met Baba physically. This is what you started off with. And I have known people. I was interacting with a young girl who was an air hostess, a good-looking woman, life ahead of her. And in MPR dining room, I asked her name is Anaita. And I asked Anaita, what would you give to see Meher Baba for a minute, for a second? And I thought she will say, I'll give 1 lakh rupees or some stupid thing. But she said, I would give my life if I have to see Meher Baba one moment.
Yeah.
Now this is it. This is it. This is the depth of emotions that people build within themselves. That what would they not give to see Meher Baba in physical form? So this is my story vis-a-vis what I've told you right now. I take you to Guruprasad in the 60s, and this must have been a Sunday because Baba was giving darshan in the central hall. We mostly met Baba in the Mandli room, a small room, 20 of us, 25 of us. But on uh, Sunday afternoons, Philip, give me water. Sunday afternoons, we would be in the central hall where 200 or 300 people met Baba. And this was not by invite. Anyone who is a Baba lover could come and could enjoy the proceedings. So mom is in the central hall with Baba, and she didn't find me. She normally knew where I would sit, but she didn't find me. So she comes out of the hall. She comes on the veranda, and sure enough, I'm on the veranda with young boys in their 20s and fooling around. So mom comes to me with a very angered and anxious look. She gives me a dirty look and says, you have no shame. You have no shame. Baba is giving his darshan and you are kind of freaking out over here. You have no shame. Get in. So she walks to the hall and behind her, I walk, and that is it. So what I'm trying to suggest is that I must have had so much of Meher Baba, roughly 2 hours at a time, every time, that I could choose to be on the veranda with young boys and fooling around. So this is it. And today I regret that I did that. I don't say I'm proud to that. In fact, I'm ashamed to do that. I should have snatched every second, every moment that Baba gave me a chance to be with him. And when I was with him, well, my eyes would go here and there. I wish I'd focus my mind and my energies only on Meher Baba. But that's what my mother told my sister Bepsi. When they were sitting together, she told Bepsi, look at Baba, don't look here and there. But Baba didn't like gawking or staring. Baba didn't enjoy people gawking at him or staring at him. And that's that. But this is a story that I thought I'll tell you. It's very interesting for those who never saw Baba and who are also wanting to see him. So this is it.
You know what, Jimmy, while you're right there, Goher, can you just share what your father said? I mean, it relates to what you just said. She was in one of the side rooms with Baba, what, 7 years old or something?
Yes. Yes. My first meeting with Baba was in 1962, East-West gathering. And then us Easterners would be called at certain times in the afternoon to spend some time with Baba in the same small Mandli hall that Jimmy just mentioned. So my very first time after I bowed down to him and stood up and had his embrace and then came and sat down next to my father, I remember Dad saying to me after a while, he whispered in my ear and he said, take as much of this in as you can, because the memory of this should last you a lifetime. So
that's what her father said to her as a little girl.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So for
Say
me,
that
it was
once again. This is
stare
what.
as much as you want. Stare as much as you want to just keep him, so that this memory will last you a lifetime. And that's exactly what I did.
That reminded me what you were just saying there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because your attention was wandering a little bit, and your father got you kind of turned around directly on Baba. Yeah.
Okay. We go to Baba paying attention to people visiting his center. Now, this is important even today. This is important today because not many Baba lovers visit the centers. It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere on earth, but Baba laid a lot of emphasis on visiting the center. This is my own this is my own kind of example. I'm seated in this monthly room with Baba, and Dr. Marian Lewis sitting next to me. And Baba asked me pointedly and Marian whether we visit the Pune Center. By then, Pune Center had opened. It had opened in 62. So we said, no, Baba. And then Baba said, why don't you go and visit it? So that's what we did. We had that pedal cycle, we call them cycle. So we go to the center and we come back. And sure enough, the next time Baba's asking, did you go to the center? And I said, yes, Baba, we did. So Baba said, how did you find it? And I said, Baba, it was all in Marathi. Marathi is the local language of Maharashtra. And I didn't know a word of Marathi then. So I said, Baba, it was all in Marathi. The songs were in Marathi. The talk that was given in Marathi. So we didn't enjoy we didn't enjoy anything. So Baba just nodded and he said, it's okay. By the way, I was present when the Pune Center was inaugurated. Then one day Baba's asking Mom and Roda if they had visited the Pune Center. And they said, Baba, we will. And sure enough, they go to Pune Center. On return, they were coming back to Mobo's hotel by rickshaw. So the rickshaw banged with a vehicle and the ladies were thrown out of the rickshaw, and it was a small kind of an accident. And what happened? Fortunately, none was injured badly, maybe some bruises here and there, but that's it. But what happened in the bargain was that Rhoda had a small purse. That purse flew away on the road somewhere and it was lost. And Rhoda felt badly about it because she had collected small money through the year to give it to Baba as a gift, but she had not got a chance, she didn't find a chance to give it to Baba. So that was gone. So the whole night she was agitating that the money is gone, the purse is gone. But the next time Rhoda visits the monthly room and meets Baba, the first thing Baba does is Baba looks at Rhoda as she enters from the door, and Baba gestures like this and says, I got it. What you had, I kind of got it. He didn't mean physical, he got it. What he meant that your emotions, your thoughts behind the gift that you wanted to give me, I received it. And Rhoda was you can say she was at ease that I didn't lose it in the sense that Baba meant. So this is
Beautiful.
the point is Baba emphasized people to visit the center. He paid a lot of attention, and that people visit his centers. It could be anywhere. It could be just anywhere.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Talking about Baba pointedly asking for people when they were absent in front of him, or otherwise. To give you an example, I had finished my school and I had gone to Bombay to get admission into college. So Baba is asking Mom, where is Jimmy? He's not to be seen. So Mom told him that Baba is finished his school, has gone to Bombay to take admission in college. And he asked for my sister also, where is Diana? Mom said, Baba is at Bombay. So Baba said, what is she doing there? Call her. So a telegram was sent. She was called. The next day she's sitting in front of Baba and Baba says, I'm happy you're here. Now stay put. Means stay in Pune. So Diana thought that Baba wants to tell me something. That's why I'm called. So she didn't carry any clothes. So she had to get her courage and tell Baba that Baba, I haven't brought any clothes. So Baba said, go and get them and stay in Pune. So pointedly, Baba made sure of the fact that he's He's thinking of everyone. Once Baba's telling Anna, my mother was operated in Bombay. So he's telling Annabas that go and sit with Khorshed and check on her and report to me. So Annabas comes to the hospital. She sits with mom for a couple of hours. And finally, she's asking mom, Khorshed, do you want some money? Can we help you with some finances? So mom tells Annabas that through the year, I'd collected some money for Pune. Every year she would collect money through the year so that we could go and be in Baba's presence. We could enjoy his presence for 2 months. So mom said that this year Baba didn't call us, and that money which I had saved through the year, I've spent on my operation. So thank you very much. I'm okay with money. I'm okay with finances. So this was Meher Baba. He checked on his lovers. He checked on his lovers. So this is something which we need to, it's not only our love for Meher Baba, but it is tenfold, hundredfold his love for us that sustains us.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. When Meher Baba was young, in his young days, he was in his 20s. The boys around him during the Manzilimim days, the boys around him were in their 20s, maybe late 20s or early 30s. So these young guys, young boys, they need to be active. They need to be kept occupied, and their energies have to be burned. So Baba indulged in outdoor games, the Indian games and the cricket and whatnot. But when I met Baba in the 60s, Baba was in his early 70s. The Manlis were in their 60s or 70s. So that was not the age for outdoor games. So two kinds of games were played. One was draft. It's a kind of a simple version of chess. But Baba didn't play drafts. Two of his Mandli would play and Baba would enjoy and be part of it. And the other Mandli would gather around these two players and enjoying themselves. So that was one game. And the other game that we played with Baba was La Risque. These are two French words, La, L-A, and R-I-S-Q-U-E, means the risk. Now this game card, it's a card game. This involves a kind of a risk, therefore the name La Risque. So we are in this Monday room, and after some pleasantries or exchange, Baba tells the women seated there to go over to the women's side on the other side of the central hall so that they could be with the women Mandli and spend pleasant times with the women. Because you got to understand that the women Mandli was cloistered for 9 months of the year. They were in Meherazad, and the whole of Meherazad was not for them only one section of Meherazad. They spent 9 long months cooked up in Meherazad in a small area. So when they came to Guruprasad 3 months of the year, they needed some interaction with the other women also. So Baba sent these women to the women Mandlis so that they could enjoy, they could interact. So the moment Baba told the women to go, this was a sure sign that now we are going to play La Risque. So one of the Mandli would take out the deck of cards from where it was, remove one of the jokers and put the joker away, and we would sit in a kind of horse show in front of Baba. Baba is seated on gadi, and we would sit on the carpet on the floor like a horse show. Now a count is taken as to how many of us are there. If it is an odd number, let's say 23, for example. If it is 23 people, including Baba, one of the Mandli would kind of go and sit at the wall, would ease out and sit at the wall. So now we are even number. Now, even number, and you need to form two teams. So starting from Meher Baba, and every alternate person is, let's say, in team A, and the others are in team B. So there is this team A and there is this team B, and the cards are taken out. Now you got to imagine in your mind's eye that there is no table. Normally we play cards on the table and we throw the cards on the table. But here everyone's throwing cards on the carpet. So you need some guys, young guys, to be on their toes every time, to straighten up the cards, to bring them back, to shuffle them, and then get up and then start dealing them. So Sorab and Rustam would be two. They were two young guys, younger than me. So they would do it. Or if they were not around, Merwan and myself, we would do this. So those who are doing this, they sit on the right and left of Baba. And so close to Baba that my knee would touch Baba's gadi. And Baba could have put his hand on my head. I wish he had done that. I was so close to Baba. I could have touched his sadra, I could have touched his feet, that close. So Merwan and I get up, and I was good at shuffling cards. So I would shuffle the cards and I would give half the deck to Merwan. I would take half the deck. Either he started giving the cards to Baba and move on the right, or I would give first cards to Baba and then move on the left side. So once I gave cards to Baba, and I paused there, and Baba looks at the card, makes a very, very small face, and he shows the cards to me, and that's it. And he's asking me whether I had a bath in the morning. I said, yes, Baba, I had a bath in the morning. And he shows me the cards. They were small cards, and he throws them on the carpet. And in the meantime, Merwan had given cards to a few of them. So the moment Baba throws the cards on the carpet, the others who had received the cards, they also throw the cards on the carpet. And I'm either 19 or 20. And there are the others who are much senior to me, like my dad. And I remember Nariman telling me, Jimmy, is this how you give cards to Baba? You can't do anything better than that. So what do I do? What do I do? I just shrugged that. Maybe I smiled. And Merwan and I, we are on our fours, and we gather the cards, we straighten them up, and I'm shuffling. And then remember Nariman telling me, shuffle better. And I'm shuffling and shuffling. And I gave half to Merwan. And I once again gave cards to Baba, and I stood there. I wanted to see Baba's reaction. Baba did like this. Means it's okay, move on. So I gave cards to others, and then the game starts. Now in this game, you have anyone has to declare a trump. And trump means which card, which color. You have to declare a color. And then the second thing you have to do is you have to declare how many suits you will make. We call them hands, you call them suits. How many suits will you make? Suppose you say 2. Baba, I'll make 2. I go for 2. Then your team has to ensure that you win 2 rounds, that you'll make 2 suits. If you fail to do that, your team has lost. So this is it. And then the game begins. And the one who has called the trump, he declares the trump. Let's say he declares hearts as the trump. So if I have declared the trump, then Baba said, okay, start the game. So it is I who has to start the game. I may start with a trump, I may start with any other color, but I have to start the game. And everyone throws the cards, and whoever throws the highest card, that team wins. But the highest card, there's there's a slight twist. Suppose I start with diamonds. Suppose I throw diamonds and someone doesn't have diamond. And the trump is hearts. If someone doesn't have diamond, that he can throw even the two of hearts, and the two of hearts is considered the highest card because it's a trump card, and he can beat even an ace. He can beat even an ace of the opposite side. So his team wins. So in short, is the winning and losing, and the winning team is, yeah. Before that, let me tell you, a lot of cheating would go on, and that was the fun part. That was the best part of the cheating. And what was this cheating like? There were signs for cheating. Now I'm sitting, so excuse me. If I want to know the guy opposite me, and he's in my team, and I want to declare heart says trump. So I want to know whether he also has some good heart. So I'll put my hand on my heart, and I will look at him and say, "What's it like? What's it like with you?" The other guy who is not in my team, he's saying me. I'm just giving you an example. He's saying many complaints to Baba. Baba, you see what he did? He did like this. Baba, they are cheating. Baba, they are cheating. And Baba would turn his face as if he didn't hear, and everyone rose into a laughter. And great time and happy times. The happiest time that we shared with Baba was playing Laris. The happiest times, fun times, absolute fun times, and that was the crescendo of sitting with Meher Baba. So everybody's enjoying the losing team, the winning team. Everybody's laughing away and giggling and whatnot. Now the losing team has to do something, right? Because you are the losing team. So the winning team is all charged up, all in glee, and they're shouting, "Giso, Giso, Giso." Giso means to rub. In Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, whatever. Giso means to rub. And effectively what we, the losing team, have to do. But by the way, I almost always ended up in the losing team. Well, my nasib, my good fortune to be sitting in the losing team. So you got to imagine in your mind's eye that we are cross-legged. We are seated cross-legged. So the only way we can, and we have to rub our noses on the carpet. That's called giso. Giso means to rub. So what we would do is, we would lunge forward. We would throw ourselves forward, and we rub our noses. And the other guys are having a great time that they won and we lost. And this goes on and on. So Merwan, who was still a teenager, he sees his grandfather, that is Arnavaz and Roda and Nargis's father, Navroji. Navroji, he sees his grandfather always rubbing his nose and always on the losing side. So Merwan one day asked his father on the way from Guruprasad, "Hey, Grandpa, why do you always sit in the losing team? I see you rubbing your nose all the time. Why don't you sit in Baba's team? Why don't you sit in A's team?" So grandfather Navroji is telling his grandchild that, "Son, I'm not the loser. I'm the winner. I always win." And he explains that as you rub your nose, and this is recorded, this is reported in some books, though not at length, but it is reported that as you rub your nose, you are eliminating your negative sanskaras through rubbing your nose. And where else can you negate your negative sanskaras in the outside world than to be in front of beloved Baba, rubbing your negative sanskaras when everyone is laughing and giggling and Baba is in jolly good mood, when everybody is in good mood, Baba is in good mood, and that is the time you are rubbing off your sanskara. So easily, so well done. Whereas if you go in the outside world, I've said it n number of times, when you go in outside world, there are two ways to negate your negative sanskaras. One is you got to do good deeds. A lot of good deeds you have to do. Or you pay for your negative sanskaras. That is how you negate your negative sanskara. And when you pay for it, it's hard. It's really tough negating your negative sanskara. But here you are in happy mood, jolly mood, and doing this. Now, as we played game with Baba, we have played cards games sometime in our lives. And when we play card game, what happens is, as I always mention, always say, that we are lost to the world. We get so engrossed in this game of cards that even if we played the game the whole day, we would forget the whole world. We would forget the whole world. We are just focusing on the game. And that is when Baba is using our focused energy to do his work. I repeat, Baba is making use of our focused energies to do his work. Now, someone might say, if Meher Baba was God incarnate, if he was the avatar, why would he need energies of the mortals like you? Who were you? What were you? Were you some advanced souls? But that was the point. That was the point. He did use our focused energy to do his work. Maybe at whatever level. We don't know at what level he did. He never explained to us. But in the bargain, it is we who benefited. Because if we help Baba, Baba helped us inwardly. This is how we look at it. He helped us, those who helped him. Now, I take you on a little higher level. At Ahmednagar, there was a theater called Saros Talkies or Saros Theater. And Baba, with his mandli, would go to Saros Theater. He would sit with his men mandli, and for a while he would sit there. Now what happens is, during this time, there are 200 people watching the movie. Now what happens when we watch the movie? We are again lost to the world, completely lost to the world. We are only focusing on the silver screen. Everybody's energy is on the silver screen. So Baba is using this focused energy of 200 people. He's doing his work. The moment his work is over, we don't know what work, he would tap on his right or left and say, let's go. So all the mandli gets up, Baba gets up, and they walk out. Baba didn't go there to entertain himself. He didn't go there to entertain the mandli, especially the man mandli. If he wanted to entertain them, he would send them. He would just send them and go and enjoy the movie. But if he went with them, he went with the idea of doing some work, maybe at a higher level. Then I take you to Bombay. In those days, we had a stadium called Bribon Stadium, where the test matches were played. And some of his lovers were also playing test match for Indian side. So Baba would sit there. There are 30,000 strong, crazy guys for cricket. So this 30,000 people their energy is focused on the crease or on the ground where the game is played. And Baba is using this focused energy of 30,000 people. He's doing his work. The moment the work is over, he taps the guy on and says, let's go. So they leave the stadium. Baba does his work. He accomplishes his work. That's it. The work is done. So this is how we played Laris with Baba. Baba did his work through this game, and we enjoyed ourselves, and we benefited spiritually as well. So this is, and I didn't play with him once. I'm sure I played with him a few times, and that those moments are still very alive, very alive. I enjoyed playing that game. Jeff, how many minutes we have roughly? Can you
Um,
tell me?
you know what? I think we're getting kind of. I mean, it's late here. We're. It's about. What time is it? Oh, it's about 11, almost 11:30.
Oh my
Um,
God. Whew.
for our time. How about? I'm trying to think. I mean, you have other stories and that, but
No, Jeff, listen.
yeah,
Jeff,
yeah.
listen. It's very late. 11:30 is not the time to give talks. I
Yeah.
think we should wind up here. And
Okay.
the what I wanted to tell was my last story of me being with Baba on the hill 7 days when Baba's body was in the crypt. Now this is a long story. We keep it for some other time or whenever.
Okay. Yeah.
I think 11:30 is rather late. It's rather
Okay.
late.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we have a final quote of Baba's. Have we got something? Here's one. Here's one that I read earlier that I thought, but that maybe someone has another one. But here's one I thought is surfaced amongst us. Baba says, amidst intense activity, if there is absolute calmness of mind, that's the highest love. What a quote. Someone uncovered this. Amidst intense activity, if there is absolute calmness of mind, that's the highest love. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
And let's see. Rainey, have you got a final something from Frances? And well, after she reads it, we'll have a a few moments of silence. Can't hear you yet. She she kind of spent a lot of years there with Francis in that whole milieu in at Avatar's abode.
There we go. Host wasn't allowing to unmute.
Yeah.
So I'm unmuted. I shall just oracle then the East-West Gathering, seeing as we've had two stories from it.
Okay.
Everybody focus now. Okay. Where was I? Oracling. Okay, here we go. Go on, singer, for that is your occupation. And remember that the song is heard only by your beloved and yourself. If your song contains your beloved's name, it breaks the locks on the prison gate of life. And you go forth into the singing silence of self-existence. If not, it knocks on the door of another womb, begging for another body. Remember, your beloved hears your song, but do not expect it to move him. At most, a raised eyebrow and a spread hand saying, "Oh, my little singer, how bold you have become." And when you're bold enough to have become dust, I will pour wine into the dust's mouth, and then how its tongue will sing. Look at your beloved there, seated on a throne of hearts, his neck garlanded with kisses and his feet washed with the foam of flowers. He listens smilingly to our singing, and he's whetting the urge to sing his own song. Beware though, He is plotting a mischief such as never before been done in the world. Oh gosh, but how tired he looks. How weary he seems. As the horsemen of destruction gallop along the roads of his veins towards the villages of his love. Yet he must restrain the gates of his mercy that want to burst open. And he suffers the outrage of all of this in his own flesh. Lend me, my sister, your virgin veil for the night, that I may invite his head upon my breast.
That's Francis, right?
Francis from the East-West Gathering.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a few moments of silence before we go on. Jai Baba. Jimmy, thank you so much. It's so you're able to paint everything so vividly. I mean, I just spent quite a while with you there, and just right in all that you were describing. It's just beautiful, especially the risk. Wow, what an episode! Yeah, yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, and I don't know what time it is there. It's probably a little later than it was the last time.
9 in the morning.
9 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, did we wake you up, Jimmy?
Jeff, did you receive the poem I forwarded to you this
Oh,
morning?
yeah. Do you have it there?
Let's see. Yes, I think I do.
Oh, we got one last poem, and this is written by
No. This is Jimmy's poem that I forwarded to you at his request. Did you
Yeah.
get that?
Yeah, I did. Do you have it though?
Yes, I do. Would you
Yeah,
like me to-
read it out. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, this is Jimmy's poem. Sometimes, I think it's captioned. Is that the heading, Jim? Sometimes? Okay. Sometimes I wander into the deep past to revisit my past life, to reconfirm who and where and with whom I lived. Sometimes I revisit my childhood to experience what hunger was, to see my dying dad and the hurt that followed for long. Sometimes I revisit Mobo's hotel for the glorious 60s, getting up early to go to the Kent market to buy stuff for mom so that she could cook for Baba, to walk up to Guruprasad, to respond to the call of beloved Baba, to sit and enjoy his company. Sometimes I walk up to Guruprasad to play La Risque with him, to either shuffle the cards or to give up my joker to him, or to rub my nose in response to the call of Giso. Sometimes I go to the backyard of Guruprasad to drench my body and my soul to cleanse in his divine baptism. Sometimes I fail in my exam to cry my lungs out for Guruprasad to hear. And he beckons me in his fold to shoo away Goher, to tell me little something that only my soul could hear, and to wash it down with a slice of mango. Sometimes I write a letter to him, seeking his blessings to become a pilot, much to the chagrin of mom, to dare write to Baba without her consent. Sometimes I walk into his bedroom to witness him in pain as Goher gave him ultraviolet rays and to follow up with joke sessions. Sometimes I sail onto the veranda of Guruprasad to translate his gesture, I am God, and he nodded in affirmation. Sometimes I tread up the Calgary hill to see his body all wrapped up in silence. Sometimes I carry the basket of red roses saved by Mera to cover his earthly mortals. Sometimes I fill up and carry the blessed earth to cover the crypt for another millennia. Sometimes I really wonder if it was a dream or I truly witnessed it all. Jai Baba.
Beautiful. Wow.
Hey, Baba. Wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
From the heart, written from the heart.
Lovely.
Truly beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Jimmy. And isn't it nice that we, some of us haven't even met in person, and here we are, spending so much time together.
Jimmy, that poem, I felt Baba's love come through me and made me cry from that poem. It was like everything that you said, it was like I started to experience it through your words, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was so beautiful.
Yeah,
So beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
that's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt when I first read it. Too.
Yeah, and me too. Wow.
Baba just gave his love right through you in those words to all of us. What a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift.
So thank you all. You guys go into the ether and disappear, being reincarnated tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Hey, Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
We don't. I guess we don't have Nasreen to say Avatar Meher Baba.
I'll see you too soon. Bye.
Oh, there's Diane. Yeah. Jai Baba. Oh, Mahmood. Is Nasreen there? Is she there to say Avatar Meher Baba?
I am here.
Okay. We wait for her final words before we can depart.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I am here. Okay, let's go. Avatar.
Avatar
Meher
Baba
Ki
Jai.
Avatar Meher
Baba
Ki
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Baba
Ki
Jai.
Hey Baba, thank you.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
We're free now.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Baba.